Well, good morning. It is New Year's Eve. Did you ever do that when you were a kid? Be so excited for Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. Then the day before you started calling it Eve. We're going to do a bunch of different things today. But I wanted to update you on the Christmas video first. If you haven't seen it, I shared with everybody on the 26th of December how Christmas had gone and some of my disappointment. And a lot of that was really caused by me failing to remember to tell the kids to open the presents one at a time, which is what we had always done. But I was tired. I kind of lost my mind. Everybody kind of lost their minds. And before we knew it, everything kind of exploded. But it was good. It was a wake-up call for me. And I realized I have to change what I'm doing. And so many of you shared your experiences that you had had a similar experience. You were making similar decisions, or you had made those decisions before, or you shared how your Christmas went and your feelings, and it was just the most marvelous experience for me to meet you and to hear from you and get support from you or get your advice. It was just wonderful. And I would say that 99.5% of everyone was just lovely. Even if they didn't agree with me, everyone was polite and lovely and supporting each other. And I just have been so touched by the whole thing. So grateful for all of you that watched or commented that video and that chose to subscribe and that you're here. And I'm just grateful for you. Thank you very much. So, and a little update about what happened in our home because of it. I went down and told my daughter, oh, hey, I want you to know what happened. I don't want you to be upset. And she said, what? And then I said, well, you remember what happened on Christmas? And she's like, yeah. I said, well, I made this video. And she says, oh, I don't know if she watched the video. She said she hadn't. I think that maybe she was just in the same mindset. But she said, Mom, we have got to change what we're doing next Christmas. I'm the mom. You're the grandma. I should be doing all of this. I should be in charge. If we do things before Christmas, I should pay for it. I should be in charge. And then you just get to come and have fun and be the grandma. And I said, well, I want to change it so that I just give you a little bit of money because I know that will help you buy your children presents because I know sometimes it's difficult for you. And then I'll just give them one present and we can keep doing the pajamas if you want. But I'd like to not do Christmas themed pajamas so that we can wear them all year long. And I would like for our presents to be open on Christmas Eve so they don't get mixed up with all of the morning presents. She thought that was a wonderful idea, and we talked about the pajamas, and she said, how about I send you some links, because sometimes you've been buying pajamas that just don't work with my figure. So it was a happy turnout for all of us. So I feel like that's something we can do financially. It's going to be far less stressful for us. And I loved some of the ideas that you guys had about experiences and way you went about opening presents, and it was just awesome. I need to go through the comment section again and write down all these good ideas so I won't forget them. So thanks again. But as you can see, it turned out happily. And the lesson learned, so I should have just talked to my daughter to begin with. I've been worrying about this for a couple of years. Not the crazy morning opening, because it never went like that till this year. I feel really relieved to have that decision behind me. Let's go on and talk about and do some things, right? Going to be the new year, and I like to buy a new planner every year, and I used to buy like those complicated ones. Do you remember those Franklin planners? Tried that, and I've tried electronic ones. During this last year, I have finally become acquainted with this company. I just get them on Amazon, and they come in different sizes, from little pocket sizes to like 7x9s, and I've gone to 8x11 because I just wanted to have enough room. And the company's name is Bloom, and so they're really reasonable. This one is one of the more expensive ones because it has the hard back, which I like. The soft back one is like $6 or $7 less, and they come in lots of pretty and neat designs, and I just love this. This just looks like me with all the roses. I really have come to the point where I don't set goals like I am going to lose 10 pounds. It would be like, yeah, I'm going to work on eating 3 meals a day because sometimes I forget. I'm excited to do this, and I don't get hard on myself. Sometimes life just gets too busy, and I might go weeks, even months, without using it at all, and I just get it out and start using it and don't get mad at myself about it. Also want to alter the vest that I've got on. I've got it pinned right now, so you can see how much I'm going to alter it. I'm going to take the pins out so you can see. You can see how huge it is up here. I am just going to make a quick seam from the waist up like that and then trim it off, and then that's going to look fine. That's only going to take us a few minutes to do. I've got the sewing machine set up, and then we're going to go down and we're going to pull out some dinner from my freezer, and I'm going to show you what I did this month to get myself ahead on dinners. And then you can tell me if that's something you'd like me to show you in the future. And then we're going to start undecorating. This kind of thing, this threading the thread was easier when I was younger. I remember my grandma saying that, "Will you thread the needle for me?" Now I understand why she said that.
I know. I have suspects on my refrigerator of pictures.
Oh, okay.
I think you were the one who stole the $10 bill.
You think I want your $10 bill?
No, I think you stole my $10 bill.
I did not steal your $10 bill. What a thing to say. Oh my gosh, where did she come up with that idea? Sometimes she's just turned 7. Sometimes I think she just says things to get a rise out of me. One of the best things my mom did for me was teach me how to sew. And I think I started when I was 7 or 8 with just items that had straight stitches in it. And then over time I got to be good enough at altering that I would help them alter clothes. They had a department store, people would pay for that. I'm gonna go make sure this is okay. Okay. I see I need to do a little bit over here. I ended up having to take a couple of inches off both sides of this vest. I knew it was big, but I didn't realize it was that big. But I just made the seam, and then I did a zigzag to kind of seal the edge, and then I cut it off. That's better. I have another one of these vests to alter. I'll do that another day, and now I know I can do it for sure. I took home ec. All the girls were required to take home ec and learned. I knew how to sew, but learned how to sew better. She used to dock her grades if we had any threads hanging. I think I'm going to go ahead and fix this shirt, because while I'm doing it, you know how it is, you get doing something, and if you have to come back to it, then you don't come back to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that really quickly. I'm a petite and my arms are very short. And one thing that my mom and I learned when I was growing up, that if I had a puffy sleeve, I could just move the button over on the cuff, and then because it was puffy, it didn't matter, and made the shirt fit me really well. And so that's what I'm doing on this shirt. I ended up really loving this shirt. I just moved it over like that, and it works just fine if your sleeve is puffy. I haven't had puffy sleeve forever. I like them. I have been finding it very handy to freeze single portions or meals ahead of time. And on Christmas Day I made some sourdough waffles, and I purposely made way too many so that I cooked them up, and I put them in the Ziploc bags in the freezer, and it's just so handy. I take them out and put them in the toaster oven when I want one, and then I just save the freezer bags and reuse them. And in December, I spent 2 very long days getting ahead on meals. So I made some hamburger meals of different recipes. It was 5 different recipes and 2 kind of bags of each. Each bag feeds 4, so it is really like 10 meals. I did that with hamburger meals, and I did that with chicken. So I have that cookie sheet because when you put something that's more liquidy in a Ziploc bag, then you can take it out on a cookie sheet and put it flat on the cookie sheet until it freezes, and then you can stack them vertically, and so you can get a lot of meals in the freezer. So what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of digging through because I wanted to get the chili that I had made. Now, we didn't actually get to eat it that night because I hadn't taken it out soon enough. But the trick is, if you will take it out about dinner time the day before you want it, then it will be all defrosted, and then it's just a few minutes to heat it up at the end. My husband reminded me of that later, and so we had something else from dinner, and then we finally had the chili. But this chili is really good, and so I'm really glad I took the time to do that, and I'll be doing this again in the future. Now I'm going to take some time and get my kitchen ready to go for the day. Yeah, it probably took me about a half an hour or something, and I've gotten so it's just a really relaxing thing to do. It's almost like I can't think until the kitchen is straightened up, the dishes are done, because otherwise knowing that the kitchen is in a bad state kind of weighs on me, and it interferes with anything else I want to do. And so I've just learned to just relax and go ahead and do it first. I used to almost kind of resent coming downstairs and having to clean up my kitchen. I think it was all those years of like really being so sick that was hard for me. And then I'm a praying person. I started to really pray that I'd enjoy being in my kitchen again. Dog hair. She's a pretty dog though. I'm going to take that out. I just threw it. But anyway, I started to really pray that I could enjoy being in my kitchen again. And now I do. I just find it really relaxing to come in the morning and get it together. My husband's good about helping me. Like last night, we kind of worked on the dishes together. So I didn't have a lot. And I'm not like going to deep clean this floor or anything. I'm just sweeping up the crumbs. And then I will clean out the sink here. And I'm just feeling like all zen-like or something. Feels really, really good. I am filming, as you can tell, maybe. Okay, I've been putting off filming because you were down here sick. And so right now, I'm actually filming, which is why you hear me talking.
Okay.
I'm like, who else would I be talking to?
Okay, I'm going to just put my shoes on and make my returns, okay?
Okay.
And I got to get a neti pot to...
Get a neti pot, okay. I got this on Amazon. They are actually meant for powdered sugar. But I use them to put baking soda in here. And I have found that baking soda is the very best thing for cleaning my sink. tried all kinds of fancy stuff and it didn't get off the water spots, but the baking soda does. And of course that's better for you. No chemicals. And then I used just one of these Scrub Daddy scrubbers. You know what? It's feeling kind of sad taking down the Christmas tree right now. I mean, it is just New Year's Eve. So I think I might wait to do this room until after New Year's. After all, you know, if I'm feeling sad about it, I probably shouldn't do it. I think I want to take down the decorations off the banister because I get nervous because I can't hold on to it, and I should be holding on to it. I fell down the stairs this summer, had a really big scare, broke a finger in my hand, and I sometimes stumble. It's kind of a leftover from long COVID where the left side of me is a little weaker, and I really should be holding on to that banister. I think I'll take that down at least. I can do that much today. I kind of dread it because I put it the one with the snow on it and it's so messy. Next year I'm going to put up my garland that doesn't have the snow on it. But it was nice to have a break this year. So let's do that. We'll go do that and then we'll call it quits. Does that sound good to you? Sound good to you? My granddaughter keeps running up the stairs, running around. And she's into wearing a bandana on her face today, like she's a bandit. It's so funny. I want to get this off before I take the snow down because, well, it's already covered with snow. This is the part that's touching this. Let's see. It's gonna get all over. I'm gonna go change my shirt and vest into something. I don't care. I got to all this vacuuming, I was feeling pretty darn tired and was really glad I hadn't tried to undecorate the tree. But, you know, when you've got snow all over your house, that flocking stuff, you have no option. You have to do it because it was already being tracked everywhere. So I just told myself, you know, Roseanne, you're going to feel really, really glad that you got this done. And I was, really. I was so relieved. Yeah, there's a lot left to do. Oh, check out how I'm vacuuming the couch these days. I'm just using the floor vacuum. Whatever works, right? Whatever is the easiest. I love the shark, though. I can just take it apart so easily and use all of these little attachments to get places. It was a really great buy. I always tend to think I can do more than I actually can do. And then I get kind of down on myself, but I got a lot done. And I'm really glad I got that snowy garland off, the flocked garland, because that was a mess. Okay, so we'll work on the rest another day. YouTube, who knows you so much better than I do, feels that you are going to really enjoy this video. I'll see you next time, I hope. Bye.